Last, let me move on very, very quickly. Some of us may not be considering in terms of looking for a job, or maybe I'm not so successful in looking for a job. Any other option? So the next topic we're going to cover, the last topic, is about what about offering a service, as some of our colleagues has described. Offering a service, one of the key difference is that as an employer, when we look for a employee, I have to clear my HR. My HR has a long checklist. You see this, and then after that, still disqualified. Even though I think that, hey, this guy is very qualified, can do the job, and all that. I say, no, because of this, sorry, cannot recruit. And then even if I say, hey, the current salary drawn is pretty good, then, and my budget, I can afford to pay him like 30% more. The HR will tell me, no, 30% you will disrupt the whole department. You can only pay him like 15%. I say, but if he's going to another company, he's definitely worth that 30% more. HR say no. Rules is rule, compliant, policy. So what happened? I cannot bring in the guy, right? Then the next moment, when I bring in the guy from another agency as a service, let's say this guy eventually going to join IBM. Then IBM provide me with a service. More expensive. The same guy come in, no problem. Why? Because it's outcome focused. So there is actually another way of looking at opportunity. If you cannot find job, either for a short period, or maybe it become a long-term kind of way of making a living, maybe we should actually consider that. But of course, again, I'll turn back to my all the panelists to hear from them. What are the wisdom? Do you think this is something that we can consider?
Sorry, I'm another life example. Well, I did actually consider contract back into my, company after I left, but in different department, definitely. But there was a few opportunity that came to me from my ex-company as a contractor. During the time, I always wanted just to be a permanent, employee, because that's more stable or whatever. But like I said, after internalize, I realized that whether you're permanently employed or you're contracting employed, permanent, they will still let you go after a year or two. Contractually employed, you really only worry about the contractor duration. After that, you can leave, you have a choice to leave, you don't need to wait for people to tell you to leave. You know what I mean? So then I opened up my options and actually offered to be contracting, with whichever company that has a good package, I would say, because being contractors, there's no annual leave, so you have got to be all based on your day rate or your monthly rate.
Different twist to this. I think if you look at the economy today, there are more and more components of gig economy, right? Basically, there are people who do not hold a permanent job, but they move from jobs, right? Literally contract to contract to contract, and they actually survive and in fact sometimes thrive with that, right? If you don't believe me, just look up Fiverr.com or Upwork.com, those two websites where you can essentially get any of the creative type skills. Someone create a logo, or someone who cut a video, and they can do all kinds of stuff, create on the creative front for you, and they sit anywhere from Pakistan to US to Europe, right? So when I wrote my book, I had help from a whole bunch of people at the back. The cover was done by a Pakistani, the layout of the text was done by a Romanian. I had 3 editors, two from the US, one from a Brit living in Italy. And my website was created by a French guy living in Miami. So all through Upwork.com, right? And these are the gigs, and I pay anything from like 100 to 500 or whatever the jobs that I give them to do. And they just basically not just survive, but I think some of them actually thrive in that sense. And I think it's coming to Singapore, you like it or not, it's going to get there.
I want to share one perspective. I think in our marketplace there is a lot of, maybe I would just use the word confusion between permanent job and a contract job. Okay, and I think the difference, if all of you know about it, then I'm sorry, just being long-winded, but I think a lot of people are not aware of it. Now, a permanent job and a contract job for all intent and purposes, has no difference. Because by our Employment Act and all that, even when you're on a contract, 1 year contract job, 6 months contract job, the employer or your agency is still legally required to give you annual leave, medical leave, contribute to CPF. You know, look up MOM for those of you who are not in a job right now. It's called contract of service. Okay, so as long as you're part of an agency on a contracted kind of job, you are still entitled to all the benefits, medical and so on and so forth. Okay, now as far as job security is concerned, what I learned is this: is that the only way to have job security is to be relevant. Okay, having a permanent job, having a renewable annual contract job doesn't give you job security. So if you are confused or maybe not clear about, hey, this is a 1 year contract, better not, perm job, seriously, no difference. Yep. One of the things that I think if you are going to begin to explore in those places is to think about how do you price. Now, a lot of people, a lot of us, having been an employee all of life, do not know how much to price. If somebody is going to come and say, hey, I have got this job for you to code this thing for, I think it's going to take 2 weeks, how much does it cost? I tell you, 80% of tech people, maybe even 90% will say, oh, I don't know that. Now, and most of the time if you do gig jobs, they'll ask you, what is your hourly rate? Now, be equipped with that. If somebody asks you, what is your hourly rate? Now, if you're not prepared, you get asked, you may throw something, maybe some will tell me, I tried asking people, they say, oh, I'm about $30 per hour. Then you say, wait, something is wrong. $30 per hour means about $240 per day, means it's about $5,000, but you used to draw a 5-digit number, something's wrong. And they say, oh, I'm sorry, it's not $30, it's $200 per hour. Then you say, it's also wrong. Now, have a sense of how much you're worth, have a sense of how much the market is going to pay. Now, important to keep in your pocket because, if you market yourself well, because you have done, I don't know, maybe it's a Six Sigma, whatever is it, somebody's going to say, hey, I have got this project, I'd like you to do it, how much are you charging? Three starting points. The first starting point is look at your monthly salary. Include your CPF, please. Okay, CPF is your income. Divide it by 20. That will give you your daily rate. Now, if you feel like you want to charge a bit more, include your maybe another 20% of your bonus. Divide that by 20, so that if you get a job, let's say that's worth 1 week or 2 weeks, you know that this is how much I'm worth a day. Typically, a day will be for a mid-career type person. A day is probably about anything from $200 to about $300 to $400. Okay, now, but if you're smart, please do not. They say, hey, but what's your hourly rate? So if you say your daily rate is $200, divide by 8, hourly rate is only 25, very low. Now, be careful not to get exploited, because if you were to quote a price, have 2 dimensions. My hourly rate is $40 or $50 per hour, but you can buy me at a minimum block of 16 hours. You know why? Because otherwise people say, good, $50 per hour, I buy you 2 hours a month. Then you die already. So be sure that you have a minimum purchase quantity as well. Now, take a look at Zomwork, take a look at Fiverr, take a look at all those websites. I think they'll give you an idea. For those of you within this audience who is already not working, maybe worth taking a look. Package it well, learn how to price, I think you will get somewhere.